So hello guys, I'm a bit sick, but you will understand what I'm saying. So here I am talking about the double smite tech that like fucking Midbeast posted about like first. Shout out to Midbeast, a legend. Um basically, basically. You go smite on mid lane, you go smite on mid lane, and then on first reset you buy the like one of the free jungle items and then undo it after 3 seconds. So you start stacking the treats passive of the jungle item without having it. And then when minute 14 comes in, Monster Hunter debuff drops off. And that is the point where the game changes. After minute 14, jungle and mid lane swap their roles basically. The jungler starts taking mid farm, while mid lane takes jungle. Obviously, like this, you can also just take mid waves together and then invade and basically just run around the map as a duo and just run everything over and like double jungle basically for the remainder of the game. By this time as well, your normal jungler should have completed his jungle item, like fully stacked the passive, and that is obviously perfect for you then. Also because the thing is, after you've completed the jungle item, you get you use 2 treat stacks whenever you kill a camp instead of 1, which is like obviously jungler then needs less camps to make use of his treat stacks, right? The thing is, when mid laner starts doing this, he has around 10 treats at minute 14. So that is basically 500 gold waiting around for him to be collected, which is already like 50 more gold than the starting gold, or like basically the gold you paid for the jungle item, yeah. And for those 10 treats to be consumed, you basically just need 1.5 clears, which is like easily doable, especially because you can just take enemy camps because you have insane mid jungle 2v2 in most cases. This strat offers you insanely high gold income, as well as just having the fact of 2 smites in your team, so you can just contest objectives much easier. Or basically, it already starts with camps. Like, how are you gonna fucking get a camp as an enemy if there's 2 people there and both of them have a 1200 smite? What are you gonna do? So basically, the idea is you just chill an enemy jungle for most of the game, right? At least after minute 14. For this to work, obviously, you need to like stay in the game, especially in jungle. I think the biggest flaw with this strat will be jungle being attacked, enemy team drafting good mid that can punish enemy jungle, or basically you. Because if jungle is not able to finish his jungle item till minute 14, it's pretty bad. It's obviously still very fine state, and the longer the game goes, the more gold you get off of this, and you just scale infinitely. So, what do you actually do with this? In a game, okay, you have this and get giga accelerated, and the thing is, as soon as your mid laner takes camps at minute 14, yes, you gotta realize that I haven't tested it, but he should be very close to finish his jungle item as well, as soon as Nash spawns, or shortly after. So like minute 20 to like 24. Let's say that, right? And After that point, you have insane threat on just doing Nash, because I mean that Nash has like 10k HP, and 2400 HP of that is just gone based on Smite, which is like crazy. Obviously, then like you can combine this with like split push, because I mean either they contest the Nash or they hold off your side lane. So I thought about different kinda mid jungle duos you can try this with. So you can go something like double carry, which would be like in my mind shit like Eve Graves or like Karthus Graves. Karthus Graves is probably just the best one because you can just flex them jungle and mid, which is pretty nutty. And then again, if you don't want to go the strat in that game, you can technically like still play them without needing to rely on this strategy. And also, Karthus is flexible in 5 roads, and Graves is flexible in top as well. So it's just 2 very insane flex picks to go with. Then the other big thing is a carry jungle with an enchanter, basically doing what C9 with LS did. So here you would go stuff like, I don't know, Kindred Zillion, like Hecarim Karma, Hecarim Oriana, like Gwen Ivern, like basically just pairing a bruiser or like a carry, like Kindred, Gwen, Viego, shit like this, with an enchanter or a mage that has like a lot of utility, like Oriana. I personally think that the enchanter route is probably the best one, just because of the fact that having an over-leveled enchanter in mid lane is very, very strong, and he's very, very accelerated into the game, and it just helps your team so much if you support, or like basically you just have another mid laner. My bad. You have another support chilling with you in mid lane, and it's just crazy. He gets 2 items at like roughly 18 minutes. That's roughly what I found out, but this was testing without like getting plates necessarily, getting a herald, getting kills, getting assists, all of this. And obviously also not like invading. And this is obviously, I think it's very obvious that this is a very, very broken strategy. Like, the enchanter option just makes it so that you basically just chill in mid and basically just chill on your lanes and just maybe even give over to Drakes or something. Meanwhile, I think you probably don't even need to give up Drakes, by the way, because you have like a strong mid-jungle 2v2 if they play together. And you obviously have 2 smites, which allows you to like take an early Drake real fast. Like, Drakes don't have that much HP. You do a lot of damage with the smite item. And the thing just is, it's really crazy how fast that Drake dies. So like you can probably easily secure an early Drake with double smite on like an off wave. You probably need like 10 to 15 seconds for this to work. So how do you really counter this? It's really hard to like get a lead against this if your laners are playing well. If your laners obviously get caught and the enemy just gets insane lead on lanes, it's really hard to play this. But if you just don't get ganked and like drop behind like, I don't know, 20 CS at max, just like drop behind like 10 to 20 CS. I think at that point it's really fine. You just need to like have somewhat winning lanes or like even lanes that don't get stumped really hard and are like not that diveable. And I think you win really hard with this. That's basically my idea.